Hi guys, thanks for watching Mom Talks Wrestling. I'm Mom. This week we're going to talk about Fastlane, Raw, and Total Divas. Okay, let's talk about Fastlane. First, I want to talk about my favorite match of the night. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. Oh my goodness, I love this match. They're so good. They had such good chemistry. And what I love most about this is there's not a lot of backstory. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of like gimmickry. And it's not real fluffy, it's just wrestling. Like, it's wrestling. This is wrestling. And it was good, and it was fast, and it had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. I loved it. And what's even better is I wanted both to win. So anticipating the winner made the match so much more fun. It was great. Okay, so the main event of Fastlane, you had Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose. I was nervous for this match. I did not know what to expect. I will say it was like wild and crazy, and it was okay. And I was kind of getting into it until the end, when Roman Reigns wins. When he won. When he pinned Dean Ambrose. And then Triple H comes out and they just stand face to face. It just had, I'm just going to say this. Every time a pay-per-view ends with Roman Reigns winning, it's like, this is it? Like, this is all we get? And it's not good. I mean, were you into it? It's just, I feel like for a pay-per-view it should end with like this amazing like, what? Like, remember the pay-per-view when Triple H won the belt? Like, that was fun. Like, that was awesome. Like, you left on this high of watching wrestling. This pay-per-view, I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed now. Like, there's nothing else. And then the Edge and Christian really put me to bed because they are boring. Sorry. I have a few things to say. One, Triple H coming from suits to this cool jeans and leather jacket t-shirt. Like, I love this progression. I like that his like outfits are evolving and changing with him as he becomes like this really heel champ, right? Roman Reigns, he's never changed his look. I think that's part of like why he's not intriguing. He's so generic. He really has not changed since he's been debuted. Like, since the Shield, right? Like, he hasn't changed. He can't entertain the crowd. He doesn't have like that connection that Triple H has. Like, Triple H can draw the crowd in. The crowd was losing their mind. They were all cheering for Triple H. Reigns does not have that effect, and I feel like that just kind of works against him as someone we're supposed to be rooting for. Triple H was bad, right? I mean, it was so much fun to watch him like beat up Roman Reigns. Were you guys losing it with the blood everywhere? What? Fans adore Triple H. I mean, like, the crowd's reaction was enough to say it all, right? I mean, they were into it. Triple H has an awesome resume, unlike Roman Reigns. I mean, that poor dude. The next few weeks are gonna be hard on him. I mean, Raw is at some tough places like Chicago, New York, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. If they don't do something to drastically change him or improve his storyline, I don't know what you can do at this point. I don't think he's going to be what they want him to be. He just doesn't have it. I mean, he's had, is it like 2 years now? And he hasn't evolved. His character has not evolved. He's the same Roman Reigns that we met last year at WrestleMania. Thank goodness Seth Rollins cashed in, because I would have cried if that was, like, if he would have beat Brock Lesnar. And that was it. You know what I mean? Like, Roman Reigns, it doesn't matter if you're attractive. You need to learn how to connect with the crowd. You need to learn, like, fine, have a limited skill set. I don't care, but he can't entertain the way that Triple H can. Tell me I'm wrong. Because I won't believe you. Why did R-Truth and Curtis Axel wrestle each other during Fastlane? If they had to have this, like, it should have at least been the pre-show, right? Like, why was Alberto Del Rio and Kalisto the pre-show? Give me a break. I was so baffled and so confused. My husband and I were like, did it just start over? Is something wrong? Are we still watching Fastlane? We couldn't figure it out. It was weird, so bizarre, right? But maybe they're just cleansing our palate after like some pretty good matches. They're like, here, remember these guys? Ooh, sucked. So the random match, R-Truth versus Curtis Axel and all those other social outcasts and Goldust. Ooh, so weird. Coupled with Edge and Christian, that whole segment was such a waste of time. I could not believe what I was watching. It was horrible. And then if you try to watch Edge and Christian's show afterwards, ooh, that was, yeah, you could not get into it. It was really bad. Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch versus Tamina and Naomi. This was fun. I have not seen Tamina and Naomi bring it the way that they brought it at Fastlane, and it was impressive. It just shows you that the women competitors are just as good as their male counterparts. Like, they can bring it, they can wrestle, they can entertain us. So that was exciting to me. I love wrestling, you know what I mean? Like, the wrestling part, it's so great. I love the NXT girls that are coming up to the main roster because they know what is up. Speaking of NXT girls, let's talk about our Divas champ, Charlotte. Her match with Brie was not good. Was it? Please don't tell me you thought it was good. I just can't even. Like, that match was so lame. But let's talk about Charlotte on Raw. She comes out in her Nikki-inspired top, and she cuts an awesome promo. Ooh, granted, she kind of like yells into the mic, but I kind of like it. It's like forceful and it like makes you have to listen. You're like, oh no, Charlotte's on the mic again. She's so aggressive when she talks. It's fun. I love it. We start Raw with your boy, Shane McMahon. What? Did you all lose it or what? I mean, come on. It was so much fun to see him come out and do his moves, and he can rock salt and pepper way better than what his dad can. Obviously, his dad's using Just for Men. So Shane coming out made Raw feel more important than probably what it should have been, right? I mean, the crowd lost their minds. And watching the interaction between Shane, Vince, and Stephanie was so intense, and it made me think about family feuds and, you know, ooh! It was just really great entertainment. And then we learned that Shane is wrestling the Undertaker at WrestleMania. What? And a Hell in a Cell match? Like, he's not gonna be okay. Even though WrestleMania tickets are selling, they haven't like sold out the arena. So the word on the street is that they brought Shane back to kind of draw the crowd again, to get people there and to make people interested and to make them care again, because right now it's just kind of like flopping. Like, the main event should be big enough to draw a crowd, but it's just not. So, do you think that's what he's doing? I mean, who knows what he's doing? And now I can't wait to watch WrestleMania because I want to see Shane, like, I want to see him survive. But what kind of beating do you think he's gonna take, right? Are we gonna be on the edge of our seat going, ooh, the entire time? I mean, I probably will be. Total Divas. Okay, this whole Total Divas was set up really weird for me. The fact that at the beginning we learned that John Cena has like that nickname, like Needy Monster or whatever, for Nikki. And then like the whole episode I felt like was about her like not loving John Cena, but obsessing over him. And that to me made her seem crazy and weird. I don't like it. John Cena and Nikki, their relationship is so weird to me. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Alicia Fox kind of feels like her young BFF Paige might be a little bit immature for that, you know, for her taste, because Alicia wants to like decorate her house and Paige wants to just party. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. If you're 22 and 30, you're gonna have different mindsets. Just is what it is. I feel so bad for Rosa. Everything she's going through, ugh, and on top of pregnancy is so hard. But she handled it so well. When she first aired on Total Divas, I was like, ooh, this girl is whack. Like, she is weird. I do not like her. But throughout her pregnancy, the way she's just glowing. She seems so content and so happy and so pleased, and she's very sweet and makes me really like her. I'm so glad that she's able to be a mom. Being a mom is the best. Seriously. I tweet at 432ELC, hashtag Mom Talks Wrestling, my Tumblr Mom Talks Wrestling, and this YouTube channel, Mom Talks Wrestling. Like or dislike. Subscribe, comment, let's talk about wrestling. Wrestling.